In Jesus' name. So obviously I'm not a well man. I've had abdominal issues now for months and years. Since I was 30, I've been presenting to Wexford A&E and to the doctor on a repeat basis about abdominal issues, about allergies, about an overactive immune system. Now today I went into the doctor's surgery. It was quite a rushed meeting actually. I was only in there a few minutes. He just basically had a listen to my breathing, touched my stomach, and then said, right, that's it, I'm sending you to A&E. So I was like, okay, why is he sending me to A&E? I've been there only recently. They took stool samples and I haven't heard anything about the stool samples. I've been to the I think they call it the AMU, can't be sure, but it's like a follow-up clinic that they'll send you to. Now, what's important to note is I've just come from a doctor's surgery where he said, I'm giving you a letter, take the letter and go straight to A&E. Okay, but I've been to A&E. All they do is leave me there for 14 hours and then send me home. Go put your poop in this, leave it back. So I go back, I leave it there, I ring up. I've even rang the hospital, I've rang the A&E department, and they've told me no sign of your stool samples on your file or on your record or anything of that nature. Nothing to see here. So I go back to the doctor, right? He sees me, he says, just reduce your meal size. So I go away thinking, reduce my meal size? Can you not see how much weight I've lost? How much more can I reduce my meal size? And now it's starting to affect my breathing. I'm out of breath a lot of the time and I've become quite pale in general, which is unusual for me. So I presented to him again. Actually today I wanted to discuss the possibility that I might have intestinal sarcoidosis, because sarcoidosis runs in my family. I didn't even get the opportunity to mention it to him. He was gone to get a letter, came back and said, right, go straight to A&E. It's like, I didn't actually get to see the doctor. I didn't actually get a comprehensive appointment with him, or he didn't really listen to me or ask me any questions other than, right, that's it, I'm sending you to A&E. Well, hold on, hold your horses. Do you not want the whole story? No, he didn't. All he did was go out of the room. He's gone for quite a while. I reckon he went to type this out. It's since been torn in half, and I'll tell you why. The doctor stood in front of me. He said, go straight to A&E. I said, why are you sending me to A&E? I've been there, I've been there before. Why are you sending me to A&E? I'm hoping they'll do a scan of your stomach to see what it is. He's hoping they'll do a scan of my stomach. I said, what, an MRI? No, probably a CT scan or something of that nature. And I said, why will they do it straight away? And he said, they may not do it straight away, but they may organise over the next few days to do it. I kind of thought, oh, so I'm just going to drop up the letter. No, go up, drop up the letter and they'll see you. So I out of interest, I opened the letter. I thought, he must have been after ordering a CT scan from the A&E. That's not what's on this letter. I'll read it to you. Dear Doctor, I would be grateful if you could review this gentleman who has been complaining of ongoing abdominal pain and bloating over the last number of weeks only. Weeks. The last time I saw the doctor, I was telling him this has been going on for a long time. He's now informing a doctor in an A&E that this is only going on for a number of weeks. Where's the sense of emergency in that? The man has had some bloating for a couple of weeks. What's the big problem? That's not painting the picture at all. Not at all. I've been having ongoing issues with my digestion for 10 years. And it's been getting gradually worse. And he's telling me that he's hoping they'll do a CAT scan and doesn't even mention it in the letter. Look, I would be grateful if you could review this gentleman who has been complaining of ongoing abdominal pain and bloating over the last number of weeks. I'll show it to you in a second. I'll give you a close-up of it. Over the last number of weeks. And I would be grateful if you could review and advise as regards any further investigation or treatment you may feel appropriate. There's no mention whatsoever of any scan in this letter. Look, I'll show you. Yet the doctor was there saying, go straight to A&E. I said, would they do the scan today? Oh, they might organise it over the next few days. He told me, I'm hoping they'll do it. Is this doctor only operating on hope now? Or is he sending a sick man to the A&E because he wants a proper diagnosis where he doesn't have the tools there in his office? He hasn't indicated that to them. Oh, the only word he's used is investigate. He didn't ask for a follow-up on the stool samples. There's nothing there. There's nothing actually in that. All he's done is say, I'm sending this man to you. Do whatever you want. That's pretty much all he has done. Investigation. Well, what does he think they're going to do? What else would you be doing on the investigation? Nothing specific. Nothing specific. I'll show you, so you don't think I'm making it up. He stood in his doctor's office and told me to my face, I don't know whether he thought I wouldn't open the letter or something, because it's about me. I have an entitlement to open it. Look. Read it, look. I would be grateful if you could review this gentleman who has been complaining of ongoing abdominal pain and bloating over the last number of weeks, and I would be grateful if you could review and advise as regards any further investigation or treatment you may feel appropriate. The doctor is basically saying, you tell me what you're going to do about this man who presented in my surgery. It might as well be a blank sheet of paper. I might as well have not even had the doctor's appointment. I might as well have just walked up the road cold and said, I've got a ticky tummy. I've got some bloating. What would they ask? Have you not gone to your GP? Why are you coming to A&E? You've got bloating. He hasn't given them any indication as to the severity of the problem. It's now affecting my breathing. I'm constantly pale. I don't sleep well at night. I don't digest well. Constantly bloated and distended for months. Months. Years on and off. And no scans have been done. No investigatory work has been done. 0 in 10 years. And this doctor thinks that it's adequate of him to send me up with a letter that doesn't actually request any specific diagnostic tool. Yet he'd stand there in front of me and insult my intelligence and say, I'm hoping they'll do a CAT scan. Why didn't he use the word CAT scan? Why didn't he use the word CT scan in the letter? Why didn't he use the term? All he's done is put it in their hands. Look, he's basically said nothing to them. Look. Review and advise. He wants advice from the A&E now. What's the doctor writing a letter if he wants advice from the A&E? Why is he telling me he's hoping that they'll give me a CAT scan and he's not telling them anything about a CAT scan? Why? What was the point of him writing the letter? There's nothing in here I couldn't have told him myself upon arrival. What value did I gain from this letter? Absolutely zilch. Look at it. Look at it. He handed this to me, insulting my intelligence, then had the audacity to say, I'm hoping they'll give you a CAT scan, giving me the impression that he has requested one. He hasn't requested one at all. He hasn't even mentioned it in here. Look. I would be grateful if you could review and advise as regards any further investigation or treatment you may feel appropriate. So where does he get he hopes they'll do a CAT scan out of it? And if he hopes they'll do a CAT scan, why didn't he mention the term CAT or CT scan? He didn't even mention it in the letter. Why would I go to A&E with this letter? Why would I do that to myself again and spend 14 hours in the A&E? Why would I do that? Why would I go to the A&E again and sit there for 14 hours? Why? Why would I do it? Would I be any better off at the end of the sitting? Doctor's only hopeful I would be. It's poison. Blessings.